Hello, welcome to the Excel Show. I am your host, the wonderful JY.
I am your co-host, Miss Shay.
Welcome to the Excel Show, everyone. We are very grateful to have you all, and we just want to say thank you, you guys, for the support and who all has been watching the Excel Show on Comcast Channel 17 Memphis. Also, we want to say thank you for the subscribers and the views that we've been getting on YouTube and on Facebook. And thank you all for checking out atselcomhits.com. And for you all that does not know about atselcomhits.com, it's a licensed digital radio station. Also, the Excel Show is a part of it, and you guys can go on there to look at whatever trending news that's on there. And also, thank you guys for listening to the Excel Show podcast. I know that I have to, myself, everyone, we have to keep the podcast going. We've been so busy doing a lot of things, and also with the friends requests and who all been requesting Miss Shay and who all been requesting Miss Disha and myself. We're gonna get to you guys for today. We're going to be just talking about self-love. Last week we talked about achieving self-love and how self-love can lead to a successful year. You guys heard myself on the first show. I talked about the steps to self-love, and me and Miss Shay did the last show. We talked about self-love. Now today I'm just going to recap what we talked about. We talked about comparing yourself to others. We talked about stop worrying about other people's opinion. We also talked about allowing yourself to make mistakes. And we also talked about remembering to value yourself, okay? And your value does not lie within your body, okay? And so today I just want to talk about, like, don't be afraid to let go of toxic peoples. So when you think about toxic peoples, a lot of toxic people can keep you from, how can I say, loving yourself or paying attention to what's in front of yourself. Because if you got a lot of toxic people around you, and they really not going to lift you up, they want to see you down. They want to see you down. And these can be people that you're very close to. These can be people that you don't know. There's it's a lot of toxic people around there. So if they are people in your life that that do not see your vision, and they don't support you, and and they give you bad energy, then let them go and tell yourself, I want to surround myself with positivity, and I want to step away from them, even if it's going to hurt my feelings. Because sometimes you can be friends with someone for so many years, and then you just finally see that this person is toxic for me. It's time to let go. So Miss Shay, anything that you would like to say about being around toxic people that is difficult to let go, or what are some ways that can help someone that is dealing with this problem?
Okay. Well, I really don't try to surround myself with people that just being toxic or that I feel like that is toxic for me. Honestly, if you feel that this person, the advice that they're giving you is kind of not the advice that you feel that you should be hearing from a friend, or just like some advice that instead of uplifting you, um they coming up with ideas of giving you or something like an idea of what they would do if they was in your situation. But honestly, like, if they haven't been through a situation that you have been through, and not even that, like, they can't place themselves in your situation. Let's get that straight. First of all, they can't put yourself in. They might have experience, but your experience or you dealing with the situation may be slightly different from how they carried out their situation and how they deal with their situation or hands. They might deal with it totally different, and the outcome came out to be, just horrible. Like a way that you can't fix the situation, or that is unfixable. It can be totally different from you. You don't want to have a toxic person giving you advice, and you see how things work for them and turn out for them. Only thing you got to do is open up your eyes and see that this situation put them in that type of situation, and look how it turned out for them. Would you want it to turn out for you and put yourself in that same situation that they're in? I mean, honestly, surrounding yourself with toxic is only gonna be toxic for you. You're only gonna feel
Right.
nothing but toxic, by surrounding yourself with toxic. I mean, that's just common sense. I mean,
Right.
so what means you no good or don't mean you any well, if I was you, I'll let that go. I'll let that go quickly as possible as I can. And if I'm looking at their situation, their hands, or what they going through, and how they feeling, ain't no way that I would want that advice from that person. And if this person is in the situation themselves and going through something themselves and dealing with something themselves to trying to give me advice and look what situation they're in. You always want to, it's okay to get that advice, but you want to also turn it into something of your own, and just really just do what you feel that, at least get some information from somebody that is in a better situation, in a better mind state. Um, if you're gonna get any advice from somebody, or they've been through some similar that you've been through, get it from somebody that actually overcame their situation and in a better space, mind space, so that you can see the difference in between this person with all this toxic, and oh girl, if I were you, or I do this, or oh man, if I were you, I no, like, you always want to surround yourself with positive, not toxic, positive, that some people have a positive outcome if they're in the same situation that you're in. As long as that outcome is something that's positive, like you can get positive feedback, or they overcame a situation in a better mindset, then that's the advice that I would want to take from a person, that type of person.
Okay. So to the show, Miss Nisha B. Welcome to the show. Me and Miss Shay, we talked talking about self love, and we talked the last couple of shows I've been talking about self love and steps to achieving self love, and how to better understand yourself, and how to better understand yourself when it comes to taking care of your well being or achieving success, because you have to have self love in order to achieve success. And we talked about the first, second, third, and fourth rule of self love, which is stop comparing yourself to others, and don't worry about others' opinions, and allow yourself to make mistakes, and remember to value yourself, and remembering that your value does not lie within your body. And now we just talked about the fifth rule of self-love is to don't be afraid to let go of toxic people. So is there anything that you would like to tell anyone about being around toxic people and people that's having a difficult time letting go of toxic people? Or what are some ways that you can help someone that is dealing with this problem?
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good question, Miss Wonderful JY, on the toxic situation. I was hearing things that Miss Shay was saying that I admired that she was saying, because you don't want to be around toxic people, people that ain't got nothing positive going for themselves, or the self love is very important to have. And again, welcome back. I'm glad to be back on the show. I know that I had a break, and I thank you guys for allowing me to have that break. But I would rather surround myself with positive people, as I was saying before, because positive is always the best. In order to love others and be around others, you got to have that self love to be able to love yourself. You're not gonna like anything about yourself until you be able to love something about yourself. So you're gonna always try to compare yourself to this person or that person because it's something off there. So toxic is not a good thing to be, because then when you be toxic, it becomes a negativity mind, and have a negative mind, it ruins a lot of things with your mind as well as others. And today's world, others don't like to be around things like that. Now, the advice that I can give is to try to stay away from toxic people as far as possible. I mean, if anybody got a negative mind, you don't want to hear that. Try to avoid it, because see, what's going to happen is if they got a negative mind and you taking in on all the negative things that they are saying, it's going to cause you to have a negative mind about yourself. And not only that, low self-esteem comes in play with it at the same time of having a self-love for yourself. Sometimes, like you said in the past, it can come with about jealousy. Maybe they jealous or what you got going on, and then they trying to tell you something or how you do things is not, it's toxic. So yes, I agree with Miss Shay 100%. The best thing for to do is not to be surrounded by things like that. Surround yourself with people that wants to see you succeed, people that wants to see you accomplish your goal, people that want to see you win. Everybody have their different season, everybody have their time frame. And all of it is called patience, which is patience is the main leader ring of being it's like a virtuous situation here. You is a virtuous. So when you have patience, it's virtue. So therefore, if you wait on those things that God has prepared for you, it will come to you automatically. Your blessing might not be the same as everybody else's blessing. Your blessing might be different. So why hate on my blessing if you got a different blessing that's coming to you? It's all about timing. And I have learned that things is about time. It might not happen when you want it to happen, but it's always on time. So yes, I always avoid toxic people, or try to even give them some advice. If you see that they are toxic, try to talk to them and like, look, maybe you're just going through something, because they might could be going through a breakdown, something that can cause them to be toxic in the mind. They could be want to have somebody to talk to, but they don't know how to open up and talk about the problems of why they being toxic. So those are some advices to give toxic people. Look, just talk about it. What is it something that you want to accomplish? What is it something that you really want to do? And try to build it and work it. It's okay. Let them know that it's okay. But at the same time, it's better off.
Okay, so I want to talk about this sixth rule of self-love, and these are just some rules I wrote down because I thought maybe these rules could help someone if they are having a hard time finding themselves, or they just having a hard time of better understanding themselves, because these rules will actually help you to a successful year. These are good rules. So the sixth rule is of self-love is to process your fears. And when I mean to process your fears, a lot of people feel afraid. So, feeling afraid is very natural and it's so hurt. But don't project your fears. Understand them, learn them, begin to talk to yourself. When talking to yourself, I don't mean like physically talking to yourself, but like motivating talking to yourself. Try to uplift yourself, and this will counter elevate your fears, and this will actually help you gain clarity, within whatever you're trying to do in life. Um, it also will help issues that you are having. Like a lot of people have anxiety issues, a lot of people have low self-esteem. But if you take time to process your fears, like it's something in your life that you are afraid of. You might be not a people person. It might be something that you might be thinking, I got this business, but I might not be good in it. You gotta learn how to process your fears. So my question is to you ladies, like when you think of processing your fears, what can you give? What advice can you give to anyone that's having a hard time processing their fears? Because a lot of people, and it's everybody, everyone have something within them that they are afraid to let out. But if they process their fears, what could you tell them? Like, what's a good thing that you could tell someone, Miss Shay, that's having a hard time processing their fear of feeling less than who they actually are?
Well, I can understand. I can totally understand about processing your fears. I mean, it's plenty of things that I felt like that I could have accomplished, instead of being afraid to just do it. Just put my mind to it and just actually do it. And it is okay to feel that way, but at the same time, you never let your fear stop you from your success. I mean, me personally, you have to get enough courage to build yourself up with positivity. And that's why another thing that you should always want to surround yourself with positivity to help you build yourself up to not be afraid to do something within you that you feel that this is something that you really want to accomplish. You do that. Put your fears to the side and you try to do that, because being afraid is gonna stop you from being your best in life, and that's something that you don't want to do. I mean, like I said, me personally, I can understand like being afraid to do things because you feel that you're gonna fail at it, or you won't know until you try. You won't know until you put those fears to the side and actually try doing whatever it is that you feel that you can accomplish. Try it. Because, like I said, you'll never know if you are able to do it if you don't put your fears to the side and try. That's the number one priority. You don't want to sit up here and have so much within you that you feel that you is so talented within yourself, whatever it is that you're trying to do and you good at, you want to accomplish, you'll never know until you put those fears to the side and at least try. Try. You got to at least try to put your fears to the side. And sometimes it can feel hard to do. Sometimes it's harder to do than others, but you'll never know until you want to at least try. You want to at least try to put them to the side and at least try. You never let your fears stop you from accomplish what you want in life, because you'll always be stuck at, I wonder if I would have did this, if I would have did that. You'll always be stuck at that point. So don't make yourself just stick to something that you feel that, oh, this is the level that I need to be on right here, because I don't need to try to push myself to do all this or go to the next level. I don't think I can do. No, you always want to believe in yourself, no matter what, no matter what circumstances is, no matter who all in your ear and all that. You never want to sit up here and doubt yourself about nothing that you feel that you can't do. You always want to say can, because can't, you shouldn't even let can't be in your category. All things is possible. And especially all things are possible with God. All things are possible.
Right.
So you never want to sit up here and say can't or be afraid to move to the next level. You never want to just block yourself from your prayers, what God has in store for you. You never want to do that. You always want to at least try to put those fears to the side and go beyond. Try to always go beyond of what you feel that is impossible, always possible.
Okay. And also, you guys remember that the processing your fears, learning how to process your fear, this whole thing is called the fear of the unknown. You have the fear of the unknown. So remember that processing your fear is called the fear of the unknown. Okay. So Miss Nisha B, how do you feel about processing your fears, or how can you give someone advice on this situation, is having a hard time processing their fear?
Well, it's good that you asked me that question because I was just actually, I have a fourth book that's on the way. It will be my last break of my 3 weeks break, which is called Drowning in Her Own Fears. And that kind of remind me of that book, that I will be putting out soon. It's pretty much it's something similar to what we talking about, but at the same time, everything that is listed is very much true. I agree 100%. And what I can do to give an advice on that note of being afraid is not to be afraid. I know it's a feeling and it's okay because it's human. It's just a natural thing to feel. But at the same time, as long as you have in God to walk with you, you shouldn't be afraid of anything. But like I said, I wouldn't be afraid. I wouldn't say be afraid because sometimes you have to step out on faith. And it's okay to out on faith because you might end up stepping out on something that could be something you could have been waiting on for a whole lifetime. And that's okay to step out on it. If you don't face your fears, you won't know what it's like. So I feel if you face your fears, you might overcome that fear. It might be something just, something that you can relate to. Or when you face that fear, you can be able to go back and talk about it. I used to be afraid to do this, but when I tried it and I pushed myself to be able to overcome that fear, this is what happened to me. It could be the best thing that happened to you in your life. Prime example, I was afraid to fly. I was always driving, always having people taking me places because I was afraid to fly. And I would always hear the old saying, if it's afraid to die in the sky, you most definitely better than landing on, it's better safe on earth than it is in the sky. So I would always be afraid to fly, but then when I took a chance on doing it, when I got on that plane, it made me felt like, I was scared. But at the same time of being scared, I was thinking the whole time to overcome this. I can do this. Because like Miss Shay said, if you do not try, you will not know what it's like to overcome that fear. You got to try. You got to be able to push yourself to say, look, I can do this. Because can't most definitely isn't in no one's vocabulary. And I feel that it should, because like she said, yes, anything is possible. And I was able to fly. And when I got up there in that sky, I looked down, I was afraid, but when I looked down again, I realized it was just a smooth ride. And and then when I get to the place where I'm at, it's just everything. And I realized you're not gonna always be safe. So why not take a chance, on life itself? Because life can get you somewhere you've never been before. And that plane ride was somewhere that I never been before. It was a smooth ride and I was okay. And I felt okay with it because I felt like whatever was going to happen to me, it was meant to happen anyways. Whether you're on the ground or whether you're in the sky, it's going to happen anyways because we all have a number. So it's why not overcome your fear? I mean, just step out on the leap of faith. It's okay to step out because that stepping out on your faith might just change your life. Okay. And that's what I have. That's the good thing that I have for people today. Try it. Why not succeed at it? Go for it. Shoot for the stars because you never know what might be, like I said in my book, what might be waiting on you at the end of the rainbow because you never know if you don't get up and apply yourself. Try.
Okay, so I agree with you, Miss Nisha. I agree with you, Miss Shay. When you process your fears, you have to overcome whatever that you are going through, even if it's anxiety, even if you're afraid that you're not going to be the best in whatever that you're trying to do. It's always good to practice. It's always good to practice to overcome your fear. It also is good to practice overcoming the unknown because we know that it's something in us that wants us to be afraid to do whatever it is that we're trying to do. So the second rule, and I'm gonna make this short because we don't have much time, but I want to talk about the second rule, and we're gonna talk about it on the next show, next Thursday. Is the second rule of self-love is to trust yourself to make good decisions for yourself. Trust yourself to make good decisions for yourself. And I actually took my time to write these self-love rules down because thought it would be a good help for everyone that's listening. And I think I think these are good rules if you're trying to accomplish things in life, or if you're trying to better yourself in life. So this rule is very important. This is when you should go somewhere quiet, alone, that you want to be somewhere relaxed, and you want to ask yourself, like, what is my purpose? What should I do? Who I should surround myself with? Trust yourself to make good decisions for yourself. You should trust yourself, because a lot of people sit around, they think about whatever they go coming through your mind first. I always say just go with it. Just try to trust yourself to make good decisions for yourself, because a lot of people do not trust themselves, and they go out and ask this person things, and they go ask this person, and then the whole time I feel like if you would have believed in yourself, trust yourself, then the outcome would have been so much better. But we're gonna talk about that next week on the show. We don't have much time left, but we wanna say thank you guys. Make sure to follow the Axel Show on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Download the Axel Show podcast anywhere that you listen to your everyday podcast. Follow your girl, the wonderful JY. Wonderful JY. I'm on Instagram, and I am on Facebook, you guys. Also, the Axel Show will be getting a Twitter account, you guys. Know it's a lot of platforms that you all will be seeing the Axel Show on. So you guys will be seeing a lot more of us. Also, subscribe to our YouTube channel, the Axel Show, and thank you guys for the views and the support. What about you, Miss Shay?
Well, yeah, you guys, y'all can follow me on Facebook as Shayna Young. Y'all also can still follow me on Instagram as Miss Shay. Also, just like Miss JY said, you guys, please like, subscribe. We're on all platforms. Whatever you get your daily podcast, when you listen to your podcast, I mean, please like, subscribe, still support us. We appreciate the support as far that we have gotten from you all. Please continue to support us. We appreciate every last one of you all. Also, Miss JY will let us know about you guys. Your comments that you leave, the good comments that we be wanting to know. Like I said, it's y'all opinion, but we appreciate every last one of you guys thus far for the support. Continue to support. Continue to support, please.
Okay, what about you, Miss Nisha B?
You guys can follow Miss Nisha B on Facebook under Nisha Brown Casting, as well on Google under the Memphis Slayer Nisha Brown Casting as well. You can also follow me on Instagram under Nisha_model. And don't forget to click right back over there at that Facebook page and follow me again under Nisha B the Model on Facebook. And you guys, we thank you guys so much for rocking with the Axel Show. We truly appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, we would constantly be pushing this show. We love you guys so much. We love our fans, supporters, and y'all continue to leave, like Miss Shay said, leave those good comments. Now we want some positive vibes of 2024. Leave all those negative vibes out of there. But hey, it's the thought that counts. And we thank you guys so much for thinking about the Axel Show. And don't forget to tune in with us every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. on the Memphis Comcast TV show, channel 17.
All right, and you guys just look for more platforms, more TV stations, more of everything dealing with the Axel Show. If you guys remember, you guys want to shout out, you guys want to talk to us, do not be afraid to shoot us an email at info@atsfmhits.com. That's info@atsfmhits.com. If you have a personal question for Miss Nisha, hit her up. If you have a personal question for Miss Shay, hit her up. But if you have a professional question as a team, shoot us an email. info@atsfmhits.com. You guys have a nice day. We will see you guys next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time Zone, the same time. And we out.